Remember when people are like, Wonder Woman, first female lead superhero movie? Yeah, just because you don't want to acknowledge the rest doesn't count. Supergirl, 1984. What a great time! This is my second attempt, by the way. The audio wasn't recording, so yes! I really like that first take too. I'm kind of fucking pissed. Not gonna lie. I don't want to hear anything like, it was made of the times, it was an 80s movie, gotta cut some slack. I don't have to do shit, first off. Nothing is safe. This movie was trash, and if you like it, good for you. If you eat dog shit, live your life, brother, because that's what this movie is. D-O-G. S-H-I-T. One more thing. We live on a farm. By a farm, I should say. Not on a farm. But we live by a farm. My mom left the window open. And we got flies infested in the fucking house. So if you see them flying around, just say hello. I named one of them. His name is Timmy, Jimmy, Paul, Luke, Tom. So just say hello to all of them, please. This movie makes no fucking sense. There's no other way of putting it. This movie actually makes no sense. I feel like a middle schooler who got a crayon, wrote on a piece of paper, someone says, that's going to be a great movie. Let's make it. And let's connect it to Christopher Reeve's Superman, because we know this ain't going to be successful if we don't connect it to something else. And this movie wasn't successful because, guess what? 90% of you probably didn't even know this movie existed. That's why everyone's like, Wonder Woman, this is the greatest fucking movie. Best first female-led superhero, yeah. Isn't it ironic that the sequel is going to be taking place during when this movie was released? I think not. This movie makes no sense because, you know how she gets her costume, by the way? She goes into a lake, flies out, ta-da! That's where she gets her costume from. Sure. And it goes against the character in the comics and the shows of what Supergirl is. And I'm not going to be one of those people who are like, not like the comic books, I hate it. No, I don't care. It makes no sense why they went against it because they didn't improve anything. All they introduced was Krypton 2.0. And that was pretty much it. The new storyline that they decided to go with Kara's origin story just raised more questions. Okay, so Krypton 2.0, Krypton's already destroyed. Clark is on Earth, is Superman. But Kara knows who Clark Kent is, knows her cousin's still alive, and also knows that he's Superman. Interesting. The walls in this planet, Krypton 2.0, I'm forgetting the name, cut me some slack, but for some reason, it's made of literal plastic. The shit that you find your bottles of water wrapped in, that's what this planet was surrounded by. Because Kara got a fucking wand. I don't know why she's acting like a 10-year-old, but she made a beautiful little butterfly. Sure, and the butterfly became a thing, started flying around like Mothra, and then it just fucking zoomed right through the space-time continuum, breaking the plastic, nearly killing her, sucking up this fucking orb that just got shot out into space, but apparently this orb is the source of their fucking living and their life, and it was so easily stolen from a prick who's like, I want to play with it because Pog! Makes no sense. And then the fucking thing goes away and she's like, I'll get it. And they're like, impossible. With their Shakespearean clothes, they're like, impossible. So Kara, for some reason, decides to go la-di-da into a fucking spaceship because she's apparently stupid on Krypton 2.0. And she goes in the ship. She's like, oh, uncontrolled. And then she goes into the fucking ship, nearly killing her species. Kara is a fucking idiot. It's simple. Stupid. M-O-R-O-N. So she gets to Earth. Gets her costume. From flying in the water. Sure, why not? Does some flying shit. I see the freaking wire holding her up, making her fly like, Yes, it was 84, but guess what? If I don't see Wire in this Christopher Reeve Superman, I sure as hell should not be seeing Wire in 1984's Supergirl. So after she does this flying thing, literally mastering her powers on impact on planet Earth, she mastered her powers that she didn't even know she had until like literally 15 seconds ago. She's like, wow, I got heat vision. Let me use my heat vision to make a flower blossom. Sure. And she just flies around, crushes a rock with her bare hands. She's like, it must be Wednesday. So when this is all going down, totally forgetting that her planet is going to die without this orb because she decided to make a fucking butterfly, she decides to go to school. Sure. And remember Superman? The guy they're going to keep referencing in this movie? Yeah, apparently, not only does he know that there's still Kryptonians alive, he knows that his cousin was coming, even though it was an impulsive thing that happened because she decided, again, make a butterfly with a fucking wand and nearly killing the planet. He sends her a fucking letter of recommendation to a principal to a school where Lois Lane's cousin happens to be. Oh, I get it. Because Superman has a cousin, Lois Lane must have a cousin, and those two must be buddies! The movie doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense whatsoever. There's one redeeming thing in this movie that there's two actually, that made me crack up to the point of tears. They all surrounded the villain, because the villain, it's definitely a terrible villain. Take over the world, enslavement, that entire spiel. But that is a given of the 80s and 90s. The first encounter between Supergirl and the witch happens, and Supergirl tends to forget she can fly in this movie. There's several occasions where she could fly, but she just doesn't. Where the villain decides to display her dominance on top of Supergirl by literally extending her arms and going like this. And Supergirl was like this. What do I do? And she's like, oh wait, I can fly. Flies over her, and then what's her name? Rowena? Supernatural knockoff, even though Supernatural came decades later. Rowena's like this. Wow, she can fly! We're like an hour and 15 minutes in the movie, and I saw her fly like 15 fucking times! Holy fuck, she can fly! I wish I knew this! Stupid. This shocked face, and she literally throws bars around her, and she's like this. I'm not happy. I am actually really fucking pissed. Every time she's on screen, it's so bad, I crack up. It is awful. And there's another scene. This is the final conflict of the movie. The shadow creature that's already been developed comes back, and it's this fucking... visually wasn't that good, but this one I'll cut some slack because the design was actually pretty cool. The shadow demon thing comes from a cloud and then grabs Supergirl while being manipulated by the witch. She's going... She's doing that, grabs Supergirl, and then the fucking demon grabs her and starts pulling her. Not only do we could tell that she's actually not there, Supergirl, when the demon's stretching her out, you see Supergirl in front of the hand, so you could tell she's not being pulled. But still, she's being morphed, she's being pulled, she's being stretched. It's fucking awesome. I'm like, someone sat at a computer, maybe a fucking calculator, just like that fucking big. They're like, let me get my numbers really quick. Good! I just keep getting the fucking image in my head, just like I will display my power! Nothing adds up. Nothing literally adds up. And there's no point of even adding it up because I'm sitting here having a stroke thinking about it. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. What is your favorite WTF series so far? We're at number 21. 25, we got a special little review coming up. It was a very early recommendation, and I'm really excited to review that. I might have a special guest. We'll see how that goes. I have a Twitter, _videos. Go follow me there for the latest news and updates on my channel, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and like up. Later, and goodbye. Fuck off, Jerry!